If you're wondering what I'm doing way up on top of the buildings here in Baltimore, don't worry, I'm not going to jump. If I was going to do that, it would have been after we over-nerded ourselves right at a game 2. Today I'm up here getting the best view to find the best hot dog in Baltimore. We've been here a couple of times. We've had some great success. We did Stoogie's, which could be found in Fells Point and the stadium. We've also been to Adamant's Deli, a classic. We've also had some duds where we showed up places that were no longer around. We got some tips from some of our followers this week, and we're going to go find the next best hot dog. You know, Baltimore is known for baseball history, birthplace of Babe Ruth, Camden Yards, where Cal Ripken Jr. broke his streak, Frank Robinson. The list goes on and on and on. So sit back, relax, steam your buns, and get ready for this week's episode of Behind the Dish. I'm your food guy, Michael Torres. Let's go. So, G&A Restaurant opened here in Baltimore, Maryland in 1927. They were looking for a place to sell 15-cent hot dogs and shakes. It's been around ever since. They have sold over 4.5 million hot dogs since 1927. They've won 7 awards for best hot dog in Baltimore, and they claim to have the best Coney Island hot dog in Baltimore. I'm getting hungry just talking about it. I don't want to sit here anymore. Let's get a move. Let's get down to G&A Restaurant and see what this is all about. I've been to more baseball stadiums this year than probably anybody, but I've been to less games. I think Kevin Kernan's got me. He's been to one. He was at the Savannah Bananas game there in Georgia. I've been to a bunch of parks. There's never anybody here, but let's be honest, there wasn't going to be October baseball in Baltimore anyway. Let's do our picks for the ALCS. So I got both right on the NL side. Braves advance pretty easy over the Marlins, and then we also had the Dodgers advance. This game might be better than the World Series. I think that the Braves can win this, but it's going to be Dodgers in 6. I'm going 6. On the AL side, we have a matchup of the Rays, who just knocked the Yankees out, and then also the Astros, who we all hate. So between the two of them, since they both can't lose, one of them's got to win, I think that this might be the Rays' year, and they eke one out with better pitching. So stay tuned and see what happens next week, and we'll figure out if we were right or wrong.
Can I get one up with everything?
One up with everything. Learning the lingo here. Loud, busy, super friendly. The owner met me as soon as I walked in the door. Food is absolutely looks great. They make great brisket, gravy fries, best Coney Island hot dogs. The place is tiny. It's on a very busy street. It was really hard to get some videos done, but they've been super nice about it. So we're going to order some hot dogs. We're going to order some gravy fries. When I woke up this morning, one thing I didn't know is that I would need gravy fries. What are gravy fries? They're literally fries with gravy on them, and they're delicious. And I got an order when I think about how I'm going to go with my hot dogs. And I'm glad I did, because they're super tasty. Gravy fries. I couldn't get over it, man. I'm a hot dog guy. I'm supposed to be looking for a hot dog, and I'm here eating gravy fries. But if you look at this place, it's an old school style diner. It's got a counter, a couple booths, really small old brick building in an old neighborhood. Best part about it was as soon as I walked in the door, the owner was there. He greeted me, he sat me, told me about everything they do here. Told me about his brisket just coming out of the oven. I need to order that, the fries, the hot dogs. Super nice. We chatted baseball for a couple seconds. He's an O's guy. Asked me how the Yankees were doing. And then we're going to get some hot dogs. But the moment of truth, these hot dogs came up fast, like literally 30 seconds. So what did we go with today? We went with the Coney Island dog, which has won 7 years of best Coney Island dog in Baltimore. And we went with a chili cheese dog because we guys got a really chili cheese dog. So we're going to go with the Coney first. Onions, mustard. That's a good hot dog. Those are really good hot dogs. And the chili cheese. That one's on a Polish link. It's also phenomenal. So making a mess over here, and that's okay. We're going to finish these up. We're going to grade these things. And we're going to finish up the show today. I can't wait, man. Love hot dogs, and these are some of the best. I got the man, the myth, the legend with me. This is Andy. He was my host, my server, my cook, my friend. I got to try half the menu and meet some of the guests and watch them yell through the restaurant. So I got to know, man, you guys have been around since 1927.
Yeah.
Tell me the story.
Well, my grandfather came over from Greece in 1924, and he worked in Coney Island. and then he migrated over here. He bought the building here, and he built this here. All the stuff that you see in here is all original, and they built it pretty much on hot dogs, the Coney Island hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and they had like 5-6 inch blue plate dinners, meatloaf, hot beef, hot turkey, those kind of things. And as we grew and expanded, we started adding more stuff to the menu. My dad took it over in 1966. Yeah, 1966 with my Uncle Jimmy.
Yep.
They bought it off my grandfather Gregory and his cousin Alex. They bought it in 66, kept it going, and then I bought it in 88, and I added to the menu a little bit here and there, but we kept it all original, and everything you see in here is all original.
Everything I've seen, tasted, smelled, walked by has looked phenomenal. Have the name G&A. I've been looking around. I'm trying to figure that part out.
Yeah, it's Gregory and Alex. I got a picture of it up front if you want to.
I'm gonna see that.
Yeah.
So he's been nothing but a pleasure. We've sat down. We were talking baseball. We were talking website. We're talking food. We're talking COVID. We've covered it all. And then I finally asked. I said, "Man, come on, sit down and give me 5 minutes of your time." So if you're in Baltimore, he's all right. He's all right. People think he's all right. If you're in Baltimore, get down to G&A Restaurant. Come for breakfast. Come for brisket. Come for hot dogs. I saw pumpkin pie or some kind of pie in the core.
Yeah.
Come for anything.
Yeah.
Come for this guy though. This is the reason to come.
Everything's fresh. Everything's homemade. We buy local. We buy everything local. So I'll keep the small businessman in business still as well.
Gotta keep him in business, man. Thank you so much for
yeah,
your time.
man,
I appreciate it. I will personally be back just to hang out with you. So this is a first time ever for Behind the Dish. We're going to talk to guests too. Everybody in this place is nice. This is my new friend.
Hello, I'm Dennis.
This is Dennis, and Dennis makes his own stuff on the menu. So what have you invented that I got to try next time I come here?
So it's a breakfast po' boy, which is 2 eggs scrambled, your choice of a meat, and home fries in a po' boy sandwich. I've blended it with a Coney Island hot dog.
Okay.
So this includes onions, chili sauce, and cheese baked into a po' boy. It's served open face.
That sounds delicious.
It's a huge monstrosity.
That sounds right up my alley. And his wife was nice enough to let me steal him, even though it's breakfast time. So, Dennis, thank you so much for being our first ever guest of a guest on Behind the Dish.
Great.
You know, my favorite part about this, other than these views, is when I wake up in the morning, I never know what to expect. This week, we had tried to get a hold of G&A Restaurant. I'd reached out. I never heard back. We just showed up. I get there. I meet a guy at the door. Turns out to be the owner. And the owner's grandparents opened this thing in 1927. And then you realize the best part about these shows isn't me. And it's not the hot dogs. It's the people we meet. So this week, Andy had some great hot dogs, great conversation. We're going to go back and see him. We got some plans to do some baseball history talks there. So I'm Michael, your food guy, Behind the Dish. We had some Oscar-nominated dogs, so we're going to give them a 4, and we'll be back next week with a new adventure. But as for this week, man, I don't think you could have asked for any more. So the Yankees might be out, and I started the day a little glum. But I'll tell you what, Behind the Dish brought me back up. Stay tuned, stay hungry, and we'll see you soon.